There is no distinct sign that says they're buzzing something. What's absolutely accurate is that glue used to give red sores around the mouth, but that's not true of gas or nitrous or any of the other products. It's true of glue. No specific signs. Some of them there can be signs of buzzing or anything else, including this. I had a cold sore recently because I've had this cold, I just can't shift. For weeks, can be a cold sore. No distinct behavioural, excited, aggressive effects, a big risk, but it's not distinct. Irritable, anxious, whatever. It could all be 1,000 other things, especially if you're a young person going through one of the several transition stages, you know, P7 to S1, mid-teens, early teens, late teens, all the worries and pressures that come with that, nothing particular. Situational is your best bet. Missing products, going through a lot of products, bite marks in products, weird chemical smells, again, that's not the gas, that's the associated product, okay, the product you're buying. Product seems full but won't spray. That used to be when you could separate, doesn't really happen now. But situational is your best bet. We've kind of covered most of these, and we need to get finished very quickly. Sudden sniffing, get death, suffocation from plastic bags, explosion, harm from inhalation of unwanted products, which means aluminium-based deodorant, hairspray. All these products were never meant to go into the human body. This I'm going to explain, because one of the biggest myths is, what is the mechanism of death? And you hear a lot, well, it freezes this and floods that. No, it doesn't. What happens, someone mentioned, I think it was you, James, when you spray the coldness. When gas expands, here's gas expanding, that's gas expanding, okay? It cools to minus 20 degrees, so that's the cool. If it's straight into the mouth, that's supercooling. Triggers, there's a nerve at the back of the throat called the vagus nerve, and it causes something, feels like, well, that's awful cold, what's going on? Sends a signal to the brain because of that super cool. The brain slows down the heart into arrhythmia. Okay? Nothing's frozen. That's what happens. Does that make sense? That's called vagal inhibition. Cover this subject in biology. Get these messages in a roundabout way. Hardly anyone dies from vagal inhibition though, but they can. Here's the greatest risk, it's heart failure. It's as simple as that. And here's why. That big group of products, not nitrous oxide, not poppers, okay, the solvents, the glues, the gases, petrol too, makes the heart overly sensitive to adrenaline. Makes the heart overly sensitive to adrenaline. I could tell you about this at great leisure if we had more time. It's all to do with electrical impulses, salt levels, catecholamines. You don't need to know that. If you want to know that, I'll give you whatever you need to know that. But just accept that that's true. Makes the heart oversensitive to the effects of adrenaline. What is adrenaline? Is it something you need to take? It's in your body, it's that. It's my heart this morning when I think, oh my God, an Education Scotland's there. That's adrenaline. Neurochemical is norepinephrine. I keep forgetting I've got this wire. I'm quite clumsy, I'm amazed I haven't tripped up actually. That's even normal levels of adrenaline. Obviously the more adrenaline, the bigger the risk. But it doesn't have to be. It's just adrenaline. Adrenaline's in your body. Norepinephrine is the brain chemical neurotransmitter. But that might explain why there's many more male deaths. Might. Don't know. It's a theory. Through the life cycle, men have more testosterone. Tends to mean more adrenaline. Makes sense. Don't know it. It's just a theory. So that's even resting level. Obviously more exertion stress increases that. However, Here's what's really terrifying about this. How long did the buzz last, generously? 15 minutes. So someone sniffs at, is that 11:15? The lights now, 11:15. Highs a kite, good effect. Think they're Rudolph out there flying about with Santa, stone cold sober at 11:30. Their heart remains oversensitive to adrenaline for up to 24 hours after that. We use very robust clinical guidance on that, and I'll happily provide the sources. Dundee Uniforensics is one of those resources, up to 24 hours after. So 11:30, someone's stone cold sober, but they run for a bus at 4:30 and they drop dead, and no one knows why. And no one tests why, because there's no reason to think why, but they die. So that risk, and that varies every single day. Maybe one day it's 2 days, 2 hours, maybe one day it's an hour, maybe another day it's 23, but the medical clinical guidance is up to 24 hours after the buzzing phase has passed. Here's what's even more terrifying. Resuscitation from a heart that stopped as a result of solvent abuse. Resuscitation is almost impossible. Why?
So not adrenaline used to try and get your heart started again?
If a heart stops for any reason, forget about solvent abuse here, deliberate or accidental, for any reason whatsoever, what's the first medical response to restart a stopped heart? Everyone's scared to answer. Someone say something. CPR, thank you. You're wrong, but thank you. I'm always glad when someone says that. There's lots of different ways you can build in really important education for your sessions. A lot of people think that all CPR can do, if a heart has stopped, is manually maintain the heart until the medical professional gets there. CPR cannot restart a stopped heart. If a heart's in arrhythmia, very occasionally, but again, the possibility is so remote. But CPR keeps a human being alive, the blood moving, which means oxygen moving, feeding the brain until the medical professional arrives. The first medical response to a failed heart, to start it, defibrillation. We're seeing defibrillation machines. There's one here, isn't there? In more and more places, sports centres, big schools, here, shopping malls.